Bit by bit, a story of how he might have lived can be pieced together. Tiny little dinosaur is facing the first of life's challenges, escaping his egg chamber. He calls out for help. They are at her mercy. Fortunately, and hatchlings smell each other, they form a bond that is crucial for the hatchling's early survival. This is Big Al's first day. For now, he can rely on his mother's protection, but within weeks, he will have to learn to stand on his own 2 feet. But the odds on him surviving that long are low. It is a daunting prospect for this brood of tiny killers. They will have to learn very fast. And fighting among themselves is a good way to start. However, at this size, they are just as likely to be the hunted as the hunters. The mother allosaurus is 50 times their weight. However, the smell of all these new hatchlings will soon attract other, larger predators. An unruly brood away. Dinosaurs share this world with a host of other animals, including amphibians after. Born with sharp little teeth, Al is ready for his first meal. The hatchlings all have a lot to learn. That evening, the mother abandons her brood while she hunts for food for herself. The victim was not Al, but ironically, the attacker is a year-old allosaurus. These youngsters only have a few weeks of protection before the mother's maternal instincts wear off, and she too will view them as fast food. Al now hunts alone. Measuring almost 3 meters, insects are no longer on the menu. He is looking for dinosaur flesh. But the small allosaurus is about to find out he is no match for an overprotective mother. Al, he needs to end it up too near the edge of the forest. Back among the trees, Al finally finds something to take the edge. Al watches from nearby, that it usually attracts. Predators like Al. He is now 5 years old, and although he is 9 meters long, he is not yet fully grown. Al is inexperienced. Al is not the only predator stalking the herd. Predators are getting impatient. They need to break up the herd and isolate the weakling. The panicked herd has left the sick Diplodocus far behind. The allosaurus gather for the feast. Viscerae. For speed, Al is frequently wounded in such situations, but he cannot afford to let this slow him down. The competition is too intense. The other carnivores hold back and wait for time and the heat to finish the giant herbivore. Bring the Diplodocus to his knees. The predators finally get their reward. Although there is enough meat here for weeks, there is an urgency in their feeding. The smell of blood will soon bring others, and every allosaurus wants to eat its fill. She is about twice the weight of the other allosaurus and 4 meters longer. Quickly, she establishes her dominance. When predators... Al tries to find a safer place to eat. Al is now 6 years old, and as a sign of age, the crests over his eyes are now reddening. Sexual maturity is dependent on his size, and at 10 meters long, Al is well on the way to being big enough. He is, however, making the locals at the waterhole nervous, and the smell of blood he brings with him is enough to interrupt the amorous Stegosaurus. Away from the lake, Al picks up a new scent. Effect on Al, and for the first time in his life, he issues a mating call. She is much larger than Al. He will have to be careful. She is not interested, but Al's inexperience... Al is lucky. Although he had a torn arm, ripped claw, and smashed ribs, He has escaped having his throat torn out. Al has managed to recover from his fight, although one arm is still not functioning properly. The pterosaur was not much of a meal, and there is little left on the carcass. He needs fresh meat. But he has done this hundreds of times before. Is a disaster. Al has fallen badly. As he tries to get up, it's clear he has broken something in his right foot. With prey getting scarcer and scarcer, his chances of survival now look remote. Cost Al dear. If anything, his limp has got worse. Because of his poor condition, his body is not healing well. It appears he broke his middle toe in the fall, and it is now badly infected. Too weak to hunt, he'll be lucky to survive much longer. Instead, they find something much larger. The emaciated body of Big Al. Al never reached his full size. Instead, he died as a mature adolescent in a dried-up riverbed. Eventually, the rains would arrive and gently bury his